So you're recording because I can tell by your face. Hi, welcome to Lessons with John. Today we're going to try Imagine, okay? This one here is really a piano song, you know? And so I had a lot of trouble with it trying to put that run in, you know, sounds kind of labored on the guitar. It doesn't flow like it does on the piano. The piano has the two hands, you know, playing at the same time. So it sounds really cool on the piano, and I love it. But on the guitar, this is more of like an arrangement because it is a piano song. So I've done an arrangement of it, and I can't seem to get that to flow. And even if you do it up an octave. Now if you like that part, it's open fifth, first fret of the fifth string and second fret of the fifth string leads right to a C chord. So my chord is a C, C major 7. So what it is a C chord is fifth string, third fret, fourth string, second fret, and then my second string, first fret. That's my C chord. Like 3 beats on that. I'm going to lift up my first finger, that's a C major 7, and then I'm going to go to an F chord. Most of you probably play the big F like that. I don't like the big F. I thin it out. So what I do is I play the fourth string, third fret, the third string, second fret, and the second string, first fret. I lean over and I mute the first string, and I grab the sixth string, first fret with my thumb. Now many of you, and I mute the fifth string by doing that, like this finger is leaning up into it. Now that's going to be impossible for some of you. Your hands just aren't going to be big enough to do that. But you're going to see me do that this whole lesson. When I play F or any of these bar chords, I generally play them like that, unless it really calls for something else. I don't like all the doublings. Some people do. I don't like 12-string guitars. I don't like all the doublings. I don't like that sound. So I do it like Hendrix would. Hendrix did this shake, and that's how I learned it. Really, you can learn all kinds of things from Jimmy. So that's the way I play my Fs. Okay. Now you could do a smaller F if you don't like the big bulky F, or if you can't do it, you could just do, you know, the F with the fourth string, third fret, the third string, second fret. Then you can bar the top 2 strings, first and second, or just to play the second string and mute the first. You just have to be careful not to hit the low strings, so kind of mute them somehow, or if you can't mute them, just keep your strum really tight there, really small, okay? So, my intro is a C, to a C major 7 to an F. Then the words come in. And just continue to do the same thing. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times it looks like. So it's 4 times for your verses. All right, and then you got your next section. We're going to go to, I'm actually going to play that small F that I just talked about. So I'm going to go from that F, that small one, to a C/E is what it's going to be called. I'm going to stay away from my 2 low strings, my 6th and my 5th. I'm going to, with my pick, I'm going to try to avoid those. I'm going to use the 4th string, 2nd fret, the open 3rd, and the 2nd string, 1st fret, and the open 1st. And that's a C. It looks like a C without the 3rd finger down. Now if you nick that 5th string, you're going to change it to an A minor 7. It's going to change the sound, take your ear somewhere else it doesn't want to go. So, but he wants to get this bass line in the piano, the F to the E down to the D. So then I'm going to do a D minor. Now my D minor is the 1st string, 1st fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, my 2nd string, 3rd fret. Notice I got my pinky on that 2nd string note. That's because I need my 3rd finger for the next move. So I don't do a D minor like this, because then I'd have to reach over like this. Now I can do that, but that's really not good. But I've seen some kids do that. But many of you aren't going to be able to do that anyway. So make sure your pinky's there ahead of time. and then you can do the C in the bass. So that's a D minor slash C. A slash chord is just changing the bass note in the chord. So if you see D minor slash C, it's just putting a bass note other than the root. The root would be D. So, okay. So, and then after that, we're going to a G chord. Now, my G chord's going to be different too. I'm going to grab my 6th string, 3rd fret, but with my 3rd finger, and my pinky's going to go on the 1st string 3rd fret, and that's my G chord. I'm going to mute the 5th string, and everybody else is open. There's a reason why. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the 4th string 2nd fret and the 2nd string 1st fret, and you can call that like a C chord slash G, or what are they calling it on the page here? G6 sus4. It doesn't really matter. You just have to get the shape right. So it's like, it's the same as like the intro. It's 3 beats on the G and then 1 beat on that fancy chord, the G6 sus4. So it's like, okay? And you notice I'm doing like a down up sometimes. So it's down, down, down. No, what did I do? I don't know. I don't even know what I did. So just, you know, you can catch on. So, okay, now this one also is a bit awkward to this song or whatever. It sounds like what the piano's doing, okay? I'm trying to mimic the piano as best I can and still play guitar type stuff, you know. So I kind of twist around. Let's see the best fingering for this. That's probably the best way. I got my 1st finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, my middle finger's on the 4th string 3rd fret, and my ring finger's on the 2nd string 3rd fret. I'm going to mute the 5th string, but I can have the 3rd string ringing there, that's no problem. I'm going to mute the 1st string, so it's a bit challenging. With my pick, I'm just going to strum that chord once. So I'll end, I could do that with my pick, so I don't hit the 1st string. And that's the piano just kind of stops on that chord. Alright, so that whole section together now is an F. What is the words here? Imagine all the people. So, imagine all the people. And D minor, C in the bass, and then the G. Just like that. And then then it goes back to a verse. Go back to that other section. Okay, yoo-hoo. And then we're on to our, I guess you'd call it a chorus, whatever you want to call it. My next section, okay? And it's the last section of the song, really. So now this section is an F chord to a G. Any kind of G will do. C, C major 7, E, E7. So those are my moves. So it's a bit tricky. You got your G for like half a measure, G for half a measure, and then C you hit once, C major 7. An E chord we haven't talked about. That's the 5th string, 4th string 2nd fret, 3rd string 1st fret, and then he adds his pinky on the 2nd string 3rd fret. That's an E7 chord. Okay. And he does that 3 times in a row, just like that. So it's like, yes, you know I'm a dreamer. So, 1, but he's not the only one. And then, this is where it changes, F to a G, then you hit a C, back into the song, or the verse, I mean. So that last little bit, I did it. The last line is an F to any kind of G you want, to a C. He hits it once, and then what I do is I change my 3rd finger to the 6th string. that's a C/G, and I go boom, boom, chick. So boom is the bass note, chick is the chord. Then I'm going to use the open fifth string with the chord. That's a C/A or an A minor 7, whatever you want to call it. And then I grab the fifth string second fret. I'm going to lean over and kill my fourth string and go. So he's got this cool little line where he goes. Leads right back to the C. Okay. All right. So that, and then you got your verse. Then both of those sections repeat again. You know, imagine all the people. To the G. And then yoo-hoo, and then this is the last section. You've already learned it. Here's the last line. It's an F, and the world will live as one is just a C chord, and that's how he ends it. Okay. So thank you, and any comments down below? Oh, before I forget, I think I taught you this, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. That bass line, if you want that bass line in there, before I forget, it's, I don't put it in, but you might want to. So, C major 7, then F, maybe 3 times, and then to allow, just do the F3 beats, and then let's open fifth, first fret of the fifth string, and then the second fret of the fifth string, like a triplet. Triplet. Okay, so you can also do it like this, up an octave, if you'd rather do it that way. So it's like C major 7 to the F 3 times, and then again, I don't dig it, but okay, you can do it any way you like. So comments down below, please subscribe, and imagine if you practice guitar.